Hook you up for Kid Rock later on, too. Next week on the show, Mary's gone all week. I'll have 7 Dust tickets for you. And they're playing the Agora on May 1st. Joe Satriani comes through. If you just want to see a guy play guitar. MGM Northfield Park in October, and Mastodon and Opeth are doing the Agora on April the 23rd. Your boyfriend is probably going to want to go to that show.
Oh, Mastodon?
Mastodon and Opeth.
Probably.
Yep. It's probably right up his alley.
He likes metal music.
Yep. It's a great, 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 great band.
Which one? Both of them?
Yeah, Mastodon. I'm a bigger Mastodon fan, but Opeth is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
I don't think I can make it to that show because I think we're still in Mexico, but...
That's a Saturday.
It is a Saturday, yep.
Maybe I'll get him some tickets for that.
There you go.
Keep the kid for a day.
You're all moved in now, yeah?
I am. I turned in my keys today, and actually a friend of mine rented the apartment today, signed the lease, so that's all taken care of. It feels good knowing it's going to somebody that I know. I don't know why. I feel better
why
about
is that? Who cares?
Because I really like that apartment.
Yeah.
Like, I got all emotional doing, like, the final walkthrough today, and I don't know, I've been in that building for 4 years, and my life has changed so drastically in the last 4 years that, like, so many ups and downs happened in that building. Stop it with the music. But seriously, like, when I first moved in there, that was, like, the worst 6 months of my life as far as drinking went. I was blacking out all the time.
That's when you were living in the basement.
In the basement. The first 6 months I was there, I was blacking out, like, 5 nights a week. I was just an absolute train wreck of a human being. And then I got sober, and then I, like, learned how to be sober, and I learned about my feelings, and I moved upstairs once I saved up money, and then, like, in that same apartment, I signed my contract to record my comedy album, and, like, fell in love with my boyfriend, and bought all my house stuff, and got a dining room table, and, like...
You guys are in love?
We're in love.
Oh.
Isn't that... It's
I didn't
kind of
know
cool.
that. I knew you were living together. I didn't know it was that serious.
Yes. But then, like, also, that's where, like, I found out my dad died, and, like, I overcame... wanting to relapse.
I'm sorry, that's not what I was trying
Just
to
a
say.
lot of things happened in that apartment.
All the ants.
All the ants, the water problems. Yes, so many different calls to the city. Those are big deals.
Did you have a final interaction with Bozo?
I did. His wife was there.
You had to drop Mrs. Bozo? You had to drop the keys off with her or with both of them?
They were both there. And she's a very, very sweet woman. And she hugged me and was asking me all about the move. And congratulations, we're so excited for you. And the toilet seat had broke, so I didn't replace it. And Bozo comes out. That's the only thing he said to me. He's so done with me. He comes out.
Toilet seat is broken.
Get the fudge out.
But that was the
Where's
one that you
toilet
replaced
seat?
anyway,
It
right?
is the one that I replaced anyway.
Yeah.
And so
With
he's
the,
like...
the long toilet seat,
Yeah,
right?
the long one, yeah. He's like, where's the toilet seat? And I was like, oh, it's not there. He's like, you're going to have to pay for it. I was like, whatever, dude. So they said they're going to have to take $100
Wait, you had to pay for what toilet seat?
to replace the one that broke.
Yeah. Oh, because you put the wrong size on?
So my nephew broke that one.
Oh,
2 toilet seats were broken.
He just broke it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So now there is no toilet seat on the toilet. So they are taking it out of my deposit.
$100.
Yeah, he's going to overcharge you for that seat, bro. A toilet
No,
seat
no,
is
no,
like
no.
$25.
The $100 was to get the carpets cleaned. He's charging me $100 to get the carpets cleaned, which he says is part of the lease, which is fine, whatever. And then plus the cost of the toilet seat. But he said everything else looked good. But his wife was like,
They're
so
not supposed
sweet.
to take carpet cleaning out of your security deposit.
I think it's in the lease. I want to say that that's in there where it says, hey, we're going to
That's pretty
take
slick.
this.
That is pretty
Yeah.
slick. We're taking the cleaning fees out of your security deposit.
Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. I just want to be done with it. But you were right yesterday when you're like, hey, you're not going to get that deposit back tomorrow. I was like, yeah, they said they're going to mail it in like 2 weeks. I was like, dang it.
Oh, no, they're going to mail it in 60 days.
Right.
2 weeks. You'd be lucky to get in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I forgot to send it to you.
But
What's your new address?
well, yeah, I was his wife. Like I said, was very sweet, and we're going back and forth. And her and I were talking about like her grandkids and this that, and the other. And everything he said was just so to the point. Like when my girlfriend came over,
He's running a business.
Oh yeah,
He's not. The wife can be the human being.
well, and
gotta-
he's the one that I've had issues with.
Right.
Me and him are the two that have gotten
Right.
into it. So when my girlfriend came over and she's like filling out the lease application and things like that, he asked if we worked together. He's like, you two work together. And I was like, kind of. We know each other from stand-up comedy. And he looks at me and goes, she make more money than you? And I was like, I'm sure that she does. Like, that was it. That was all.
Why did he want to know that?
To make sure that she could pay the rent, I guess. I don't know. But I was like, I'm
yeah,
sure
but
she
you can
does.
pay the rent.
Yeah, but I think he's just like sticking it to me. I have no idea. But the last I have to deal with him. So.
I don't even think it's sticking it to you. He doesn't care. He doesn't care who's living there. He's like, just pay the
Money
rent.
in my hand.
Don't
Yeah,
care.
right.
Yeah, that's right. Fix a toilet seat. I got to clean the carpets.
paint the walls.
Because you said he has multiple properties.
He has one 6-unit building and one like a duplex.
Yeah,
a 2-unit building.
They're not next door to each other.
They're like down the street.
So he's going up and down that street, dealing with people's problems.
Yeah, he had a smile on his face for most of it, and I'm like, man, this guy's so ready to get me out of here.
I'm so happy to have you out.
Right?
Oh,
but yeah,
you've been a pain in my ass.
yeah. It was. I mean,
and now you're actively throwing a friend into this.
I told her, I was like, hey, just so you know,
good luck.
here's what it is.
Well,
good luck.
That means we can still get updates and get stories.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, we can talk about it just fine. So that was this morning. So I am technically all moved in. Our couch-colored couch came in from Northeast Factory Direct. So we're getting that delivered when we get back from Arizona. So then after that, it's like little stuff. Painting the walls, hanging pictures, decorative things.
Did you sign a lease with your boyfriend?
I did not sign a lease with my boyfriend.
I
Although
wouldn't be
he
surprised.
has I said, hey, in order to make things easier for splitting bills, why don't we either, one, sign up for a credit card together, and then every 2 weeks or once a week, we just each pay half of whatever's on the credit card. So the credit card would be for the mortgage, the bills, and then like groceries, any household things.
Why not just Venmo him the money?
I said, let's try that. Or we open a joint checking account. We each put however much into it to start, and then the money comes out of there. He's like, well, everything's already in my name, so why don't you just give me half the bills in cash every month? And I was like, fine with me if that's how you want to do it. So now we have like little bundled cash with Post-it notes for how much it is, and he's like trying to count it all up. It's just
Why not Venmo?
Yeah, Venmo.
He doesn't have Venmo.
Tell him to get Venmo.
The dude will not get any
Oh, come on, man. He's
electronic.
At some point, you have... Listen, I'm not a Luddite, but at some point, you have to give yourself over to the technology
Do you
that's available
remember
to you.
when I
know.
I had to fight with
I
him to
know.
sign his bills up on autopay?
I know.
And he only did one. There's still 3 bills that come every month that he has to call in and pay over the phone or go online and write down his confirmation number and make sure
It's just so much
everything's
work.
fine. I
No
know.
wonder he's... Yeah, it's just
Stressed out?
Yes. It's just so much unnecessary work.
That's what I said. I said if we just open a credit card.
What is he afraid of?
I think he just
Russian
wants,
hackers?
He wants to be sure. He's of the mindset that anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
But it can also go wrong talking to a person on the phone.
So-
they can
And I feel
forget.
like more
they can
often.
forget to put. Human error.
Yeah.
Wow.
Believe
All
me.
right.
So we get a paper bill, and then when the paper bill comes, I give him half of whatever the bill is in cash.
So you guys have a series of envelopes that just have money in them.
Not even envelopes, like a sandwich baggie.
Sandwich baggie.
That has
Yep.
a paper clipped amount of money
Cool.
with a Post-it note
Yep.
on it.
Always good to have lots of cash in your house.
Would he be willing to get Zelle? Because that's like goes right to your bank account.
I don't know.
And if he has online, he probably doesn't even have online banking, does he?
I think he does, but he doesn't have any of the stuff on his phone because he has a consumer cellular phone.
That's right.
So
Oh, my
he has, his $60 a month phone. So he doesn't have email on his phone. He doesn't have any banking apps, nothing like that on his phone. So he has to go into his laptop to check any of those things.
Listen, I have nothing against frugality, but I mean just the convenience of these things. There's nothing.
Yes.
Convenience, by the way, is not inherently bad.
I agree.
You know, some things they're there to make life easier for you so
Yes.
you can devote your energies to more
Other
important
things, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not these like mundane things.
I also,
Even my parents finally gave up and started buying stuff on Amazon. Years ago, my dad was like, I'm not putting my credit card number online. I'm like, Dad, have
they're
you ever
gonna steal it.
have you ever used an ATM? And my dad's no dummy. He's an engineer, but he's just one of those guys. And I'm like, if you've ever used an ATM machine, which you ATM, then yes, it's all out there, Dad.
He's also
They finally gave up. So like every
Your
time
dad's like 80
in
though.
his 70s.
Every time
My
I have to-
boyfriend's 35.
I know, but still, it's like every time I have to give my dad a gift now, I send him an Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
He loves them.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't wait. I'm like,
Well-
can I get you something else like more meaningful? Nope. Amazon. Love it.
Well, that's like his daughter wanted a like Spirit, the horse movie,
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Riding Free or whatever. She wanted that themed birthday cake. And I talked about this on air, how they can't print stuff on cakes because it's like a copyright infringement or whatever.
Right.
So he's like freaking out, like, well, they don't have it at Target, they don't have it at Amazon, or they don't have it at Walmart, and I've been to all these places and I can't find it at Party City. And I went on Amazon and ordered it and it got there the next day. And I'm like, just download my Amazon Prime, like download the app and use my Prime on your phone. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Listen, it's his life, but
And
I mean,
he just prefers, like, if he wants to buy something, he wants to go to the store and buy it.
I can understand that.
I can understand
Maybe
that too.
clothes
But
or
yeah.
a couch.
Yeah.
But everything else, what else do you need to go to the store to buy?
I like things showing up. I love just getting home and being like,
Look at this package.
here
I
it
know,
is.
but
I'll put
it
it
is-
together. It's good.
I do hate all the waste. I shouldn't say waste, but it's because you get
The
all this
packaging.
cardboard and the packaging
Yeah.
and blah blah
But
blah.
if
And
you buy something from Target, there was some packaging at some point.
No, but I'm just saying if you buy something from Target, you get something in a box. If you get something from Amazon, you get the thing in a box in a bigger box.
Yeah.
And then it's got the
With the-
packing
yeah,
things in it.
bubble
all, you know.
wrap or whatever.
And all I keep hearing about now is how recycling is a bunch of crap.
It is.
And is that true?
Yes. At least
in the city of
Because
Cleveland it is.
well, I don't live it. That's why I'm asking. I don't
yeah.
live in Cleveland. I know in the city of Cleveland we did for a long time, but we didn't recycle then because we didn't have the option. But where we live now, I painstakingly recycle. And I'm like, if this is all made up, if it all,
Well-
I think my wife's of the mind that they all get put into the same pile.
Here's
and
what
I'm
I will
like, if
tell
that's
you.
the case, A, I'm going to be really pissed. B, that sucks.
Well,
But if it's true, I'll stop doing it.
as someone who has inside sources
I
for
know.
refuse collect,
I know.
refuse, whatever, we do not recycle in our household because of-
He knows it's all nonsense?
Yeah.
Then why are there, it's going to sound naive, but fine, I'll walk through the door. Then why do we have the green bin?
I don't
Why
know.
does a separate truck come and pick that up?
Well, because I was
PR.
like, don't you do recycling? And he just kind of laughed and was like, exactly. So, like, I hope I'm not getting him in trouble, right?
I hope you're not either. My question is, I would like to know if that's the case. And I know
wait.
where,
Well,
I know where I live.
What's his name?
He takes it to the same landfill as.
I don't know the logistics of his job, but I mean, the mayor of Cleveland came out and said, "Hey, we've been dumping everything in the same
Same
spot
landfill. Yeah,
I know that, yeah.
for 10 years."
Yeah,
I
that
don't see how
sucks.
it would be different for Cleveland and Bay Village because I'll
It's
tell
still
you this.
Cuyahoga County. We're right in the border of Cuyahoga and
It's
Lorraine
Cuyahoga
County.
County, and I don't think each city has its own dump.
Correct.
Yeah, that
There's
would,
like one or two maybe for the entire area.
I know around Oberlin we did have trash and recycling, and it all went to we had a landfill right out of the city lines, and so I know that our recycling mattered. But once I got to Cleveland, hell, even Akron, I think it all goes to the same place.
Cleveland is perceived to be the butthole of the world sometime, right?
So I actually won't speak to what the details of his job are because I do not know. But
Right.
what I do know is
But-
that we do not recycle.
And that's not the first time I've ever heard that. That's
Yeah.
why I started asking. Because I'm like, okay, if I call the city and ask them, they're going to go, oh, yeah. Because it's a different truck. It's a different,
different truck.
that comes and picks it up.
Keeping jobs.
But what's the point of that if they all go into the same?
Make people feel better?
Optics.
It's not going to make me feel. It's going to make me feel worse.
Yeah, it makes me feel stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes me feel like an idiot.
Because I take great pains to separate. And
I was honestly shocked when I started going over to his place. I was like, "Where's recycling?" He's like, "In the trash." I'm like, "Okay then."
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to get bitched at by my older roommate because I used to put pizza boxes in the recycling. He's like, "Pizza boxes? You can't recycle those." And I'm like, I don't care. It's cardboard. Cardboard goes in the recycling.
Honestly,
And just whatever.
I don't think I would trust any recycling anywhere unless you're taking it to a recycling center. Like if you're taking it to one of the places that collects cans and bottles. I know they do that in Michigan and they give you some money for it.
well,
That
listen.
way you see it physically going to, you know what I mean?
But I check my plastics too. I don't mean I throw everything in there. What I'm
like
saying is
number 1, number 2, number
anything
6.
above 2, I don't do
Yeah.
it because a lot of that stuff can't be recycled.
recycled.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing 1s and 2s in the recycling.
And I think that's
all the
what-
Amazon cardboard. I'm breaking down all the, but all my plastics, my glass. I'm checking all that stuff and I'm putting it in the recycling.
Maybe that's
and I'm rolling it out every week.
But I think when it comes down to it, bottles and cans,
Clap your hands
clap your hands. That's where it's at.
on the 1s and 2s.
Yes, but I think there are things that get recycled, but I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to
Or
what
they're not
can
separating,
be. They're not
yeah.
separating. So there's some things that are getting dumped into recycling, and so it's a lot of rubbish still. And then there's a lot of stuff that it's got to be clean when you put it in there. Like you can't just put anything with food waste in it.
That's right.
And so
like
there's
take
a
out
lot of other
cardboard you
yeah.
can't throw in there. No, I get all
You're
that.
supposed to rinse the cans.
But there
and
are,
stuff.
and I do all that. But there are recycling centers. So there are places where that can't just be for people, who have cashed in their soda cans.
I think
mean-
it might be. I think, and again,
I
not
feel like your
speaking
mom
for.
would know about this.
My mom knows about recycling centers and the metal lot. What the hell is it called?
Your boyfriend
The
likes metal, your mom likes
Scrap metal.
The
Yeah,
scrap
yeah.
metal place. That's the kind of stuff that she knows about. But that's different than recycling plastic bottles. And even then, I think you got to take. I think she takes it in. I think she keeps them, puts them in like blue bags, and then goes and recycles them.
Those scrappers do not mess around.
Yeah.
The last bulk day, we have bulk day obviously once a month out where we live. I don't know if this is a regular thing, but where we live, there's bulk day, where you put one day a month, you put all the big stuff.
Furniture,
yeah,
beds,
right? Well, I had some old weights I was putting out there. They weren't even that old. They were relatively new. I just wasn't using them anymore. And so it was like the barbell and there were some weights. And I had put them on the curb with all the other things. Within the hour, they were gone.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a truck. I didn't hear anybody pull up. I know that there are trucks that drive around looking for stuff like that. Clearly, my only assumption is they thought they could scrap that barbell for those barbells for weights. But
you might be able to scrap them, but also there's people that can resell those. Barbells will definitely get somebody interested on Facebook Marketplace or something.
They only took half the weights,
money.
which I thought was weird. So that's why I thought maybe they were scrapping them. But.
Well, and people who are scrapping know every city's bulk day. For that reason alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm sure.
They knew it was Bay Village
a
bulk
business,
day, so
yeah.
they went around and were like, let's get us a dryer. Let's, figure out what we can do.
City spends millions for a recycling contract, but it goes to the dump. That doesn't make sense. Here's why you have 2 bins. A recycling bin is included in our bill. If we have 2 garbage cans, extra money. I don't know. Again, people are telling me, yeah, it's legit. There's recycling, and there is a recycling plant in Oberlin near the landfill.
Yep, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, but then why would the mayor be like, we don't do that?
Well,
That's City of Cleveland. I think they found out there was something hinky going on there.
I can't imagine it's city by city, though, if there's only 1 or 2 dumps.
There are different contracts, though, with different companies. Like the garbage company that is where I live is different than the company I think your boyfriend works for.
There's 3 or 4, I think, in the area that are the main ones. Like, they're private companies.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Clark.
Hey,
What's
how you
up?
Doing? I watched the investigative journalism thing a long time. It was probably 10 years ago on recycling, and it was about companies and where you can ethically recycle your computer or whatever it may be, electronics and all kinds of other stuff. But what was interesting is they put tracking devices on some of these things because of what you guys are talking about right now, and they traced all this stuff to go back to, I'm not sure of the region, but it was China. And these journalists went over there and they were filming some of this stuff. They got to where some of these tracking beacons were, hitting off at. And what they found was they were recycling it completely unethical, where they were just burning everything.
Oh, yeah, we send we offshore our garbage to other countries. And a lot of other countries are like, we're going to stop. The United States would be screwed if other countries decide to stop taking our garbage.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to put it.
And I think too, like you were saying with the municipalities, there's probably an interest in getting the metals and then discarding everything that's of no use for them, to where they can monetize, off of what you're just throwing away. But you're basically doing the separation for them initially, to where they have now a pile of metal or whatever that can be repurposed. But there is a lot of it, I think, that it just...
Bezos and Musk really want to impress me. Start shooting this garbage into space. Stop taking up Shatner and Pete Davidson.
Let's use it to build a new planet.
There you go.
Garbage planet.
Yeah. Garbage planet.
Just build it around Pluto, make it a big planet.
Yep. We already have a diarrhea planet. Let's have a garbage planet. Thank you, Clark. There's Clark in Akron. All right.
When I was in the Philippines, there was a area that I went to where it was all the plastic bags that they would gather together and rinse off so that they could actually recycle it. And it was one of the most disturbing things I've ever
Just the
seen.
amount of plastic
There's
bags.
so many. I mean, it's mountains.
Yeah.
Mountains of plastic bags. And these guys just standing in these, almost, I don't know, they're just holes full of water. They rinse it out and then move it to the thing. And then someone comes by with a wheelbarrow and takes it over here, and then they melt it down and turn it into something else. So it's actually stuff getting recycled.
Yeah.
But it's just so
It's like
gross.
it would never end.
Yeah.
You just have a couple guys doing it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why don't we just dump it into the Grand Canyon?
I'm going there next week. Give me all your recycling. I'll take it to the Grand Canyon.
I've got some in my trunk.
Fill it in.
What
Yeah.
if I just showed up with bags and just started throwing it?
Whipping.
Can you get arrested? It's a national park.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Big time litter.
You can get
huh?
arrested for like walking into the wrong part of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
An Ohio woman was taken into custody after swinging bags of garbage into the Grand Canyon.
They've got
Please do that.
They've got all kinds of, we're like planning the last of it tonight of all the things we want to do. There's like a skywalk you can go out at the Grand Canyon where it's like a glass.
Yeah.
It's not a bridge, but it like juts out over the Grand Canyon. So it feels
Look over
like,
the precipice. You can look down.
Yeah. There's that. There's like a helicopter tour that takes you like down in it. And then you do like a little circle on a pontoon boat and come back up.
Yeah.
And so maybe while I'm on the helicopter, I'll just start emptying out trash bags full of recycling.
Out of the helicopter.
Give me a bunch of Alan Cox Show stickers too. And I'll put them on every single bottle.
I need you to tag the Grand Canyon. It's the Trent Reznor helicopter tours they do out there. Their motto was, you're up above it, and then you're down in it. I've got to take a break. I will have, if you're a fan of Last Podcast on the Left, they're doing a live taping April